Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is Raymond with Freedom Detour, and it has been a minute since we have posted a video. We did a big trip up to Washington State to see grandbaby being born and a couple other events, and I think the last post we did was in Idaho around the sand dunes and you know, spots like that, and then we just kind of drove hard and got ourselves back down to the Gulf of Mexico, down in Rockport, Texas. And we've had a lot of things kind of transpire on the way down, so that's the teaser for the next video coming. But you know, we're getting some really interesting wind and rain warnings today, high precipitation, high wind speeds and things like that. And we actually, about 1:30, we just got a tornado warning and another one at 7:30. So I got my trusty rusty GoPro out to see if I could catch something, you know, exploding and blowing up, but nothing yet. So I'm watching the wind and sitting in the car at the moment because it started drizzling on me again. But yeah, I just want to try and figure out what they look like when they're forming and how fast they're moving and all that kind of stuff before I jump into the bathtub with our mattress over my head. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I went into town, into Rockport, and took a bunch of video there to see the flooding that's being pushed in off the Gulf. Tons of rain combined with high tide today. It was up pretty far, and businesses are starting to sandbag doors and things like that. So, and we've got like 5 days, according to the weather report, of more rain. So we're gonna see how it goes. Yeah, hold on to your hats. It's gonna get wild, I guess. Anyway, here's the town. Well, now this is interesting. Tide must be up. The boats are basically almost sitting at parking lot level. Another 6 inches and they're going to be out here in the parking lot floating around. That'll be kind of fun. I had a guy tell me the other day that over by Fulton on the other side, I think there's a couple of big alligators over there that washed up and were walking around. They were just kind of pushing inland and stuff, and so you gotta watch where you walk in these kind of situations, I guess. I fished here quite a bit. Oh, great, salt water all over my car. At least it's gonna rinse right back off again. Getting kind of wild. Whew. So according to the weather report on my phone, this is supposed to go on for like 4 or 5 days, and yeah, that could be trouble right there. Looks pretty quiet down here. Everybody's kind of hunkered down, trying to probably get their stuff up off the floor in case you know, water pushes into their house or whatever, in their furniture and expensive things up high. Got a couple of stores open down here, but not much going on. Treasure Islander's open, but there is setting water all over right here. It's pretty probably pretty deep right there. I'm pretty sure that's why it's all, everything around here has a concrete floor in it. There's a lot of wood framed houses like I'm used to up in Washington State, you've got a big crawl space, and then you've got joists and all that kind of stuff underneath the flooring, and usually plywood flooring, but here it's just solid concrete, so they could probably just sweep out the floodwaters and maybe cut the first few feet of sheetrock off and pull the insulation out, and easier repair than trying to get all that water off under your house and your floorboards and joists and plywood and everything's totally soaked. Another one of my places to fish down here, close to downtown Rockport. I don't know if anybody remembers on one of our last videos, that pier right out there, that wooden pier that's all broken up, bunch of birds on it. Now the water is right to the bottom of it. Could be a long week. Well, it was going to go down the waterfront here, Rockport Beach. They're not letting anybody out there. How rude. Sounds like so much fun. Well, McDonald's is open. I guess it's not the end of the world. There's already water pushing in right here. And you can see how close those businesses are. And this is only day one, so yeah. I like all the trash that washes up, floats right on the top of the water. Good way to clean up the ocean, I guess. This actually feels a lot like Washington. Cloudy, overcast, raining a lot. Well, I don't know. There we go. This is a little bit of sitting water over the top. If I can get out of it here pretty quick. Just looking for some fish that decided to cross the road. Volunteer for my frying pan. Nope. That guy right there has got about 2 feet, I imagine, before he's going to get flooded out. When you're looking at property around this area, you want to be at least 8 to 10 feet above sea level, because you could very easily buy a piece of property that is about 3 feet, and then you've got a problem. It's gotten up pretty high. The road's somewhere in there. What's odd is it's the same color almost as the roadway, so I could see somebody whipping along out here at, 40 miles an hour, hitting that big puddle and being surprised. Well, at least some of the food joints are open. You got your Mexican food, you got your Dairy Queen, Whataburger, donut store is open. We'll have to check back in 4 days, see if everybody's locked up. I guess the thing to do is to stuff yourself good. Go to each one of these places and fill up, and then once you get locked in your apartment or whatever, you just gotta starve it out until it's over. Well, that was pretty much Old Town Rockport. This is the newer, bigger site over here with a lot more commercial stuff. I guess what I'll do is give it about 4 or 5 days and then try and walk the same path and see how bad it is, see how much the water is pushed inland. Might not be able to even get to the same areas, we'll see. But anyway, hope you liked the video. I will be your weatherman Ray. Yeah, I'll get out here just like they do, find the biggest puddle and send the news guy out there, with a battered umbrella, you know, just so I could be like the big boys. Thought I'd whip down here to the Fulton Pier and see what that looks like. And this is the other side where people clean their fish, right on the boat launch. Boat launch, everything is pretty much underwater. Fish cleaning station. Actually, there's a dock right there, believe it or not. Pretty nasty. The thing I don't like is somewhere out in there, like in that dark section. You just don't know. I want to see that thing coming a far ways away. Well, back home again, and yeah, it's coming down pretty good now. A little bit of high winds. It was close on top of the roof. You can see it blowing hard up there. It's already wet here. Pouring pretty hard out of these downspouts. Well, this is Ray with KBUTT Weather, and we're going to Linda Lou on the spot. Tell us all about what's happening outside, Linda.
It's raining.
Nice work. Back to you.